Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nationality, race, from every kid. What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. You will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within the next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashivoham. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashivoham will reach you with enlightenment science. I know.
Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrusham Tattvamasyaadilakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalam Achalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyananda, I offer my humble obeisance to the feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. And I welcome all of the viewers who are joining us with right now from across the world in so many different time zones, across different countries, and across the barriers of even language, race, gender, nationality. No matter where you are, no matter where you come from, what your background is, I welcome each and every one of you to this extremely exquisite experience with the divine. I know that many of you, no matter where you are in your life, what stage you might be in, sometimes it comes down to something that we are looking for in our lives. One thing that is the undercurrent behind every single thing that we are searching for, behind every single ambition that we have in our lives. Whenever it comes down to our ambition, whenever it comes down to that thing that is pulling us forward, driving us to wake up the next morning, it often comes down to a one single underlying thought current, underlying deep yearning for fulfillment and deep yearning for seeking what we want to be, what higher reality we have, and a deep unfulfilled feeling that is inside of us that is continuously driving us forward. And ultimately, when it comes down to this ambition that is underlying every single different activity that we do, different trace that we make, every single thing comes down to love. Whether it is the relationships that we are building in our lives, or if we want to build a big savings account and have enough money in our lives, or if we are looking to make even beautiful, bright future for our children, no matter what it is, it always comes down to love, seeking love from the outside in order to fulfill a deep fulfillment, deep unfulfilled feeling inside of us. And when we go out seeking for love as a replacement for the deep inner unfulfillment that we feel inside, that's where the problem starts. We first must understand that love comes from within, and it is not just an emotion, not just a result of hormones or mood swings or anything like that. Love has divine qualities. And in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, we recognize this, we understood this, And we saw that love has transcendental properties that can make you from divine, make you into divine, and make you go from man to superhuman. That is the quality of love. And in fact, Devi Parashakti herself revealed through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that love is God. Love is the supreme. Actually, it is called in Hinduism and in the ancient language Tamil, it says Anbheshivam. That is what exactly Devi Parashakti revealed and guided the whole humanity, that love is God. And there are so many verses that back up, that are references for this sacred sentiment and powerful cognition. And many of you might try to wonder, what is it that makes this experience happen? How do we experience this divine love that can make us go from man to superhuman, literally, that can enlighten us and literally give us exactly what we want? Now, during this program, the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading, you will be able to experience just that through the powerful cognition revealed and revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Today, during this Bhava Samadhi Darshan program, we will be graced by the Darshan and Diksha of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been manifesting for the last 4 months continuously with more frequency, the Devi Bhava Samadhi Darshan. And this is a very unique aspect of what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been radiating to the world. The worship of the Divine Mother, the revival of the Shakta tradition, and the literally embodying the bhava of Devi Parashakti. It's a unique gift to the world that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been doing since the time of the beginning of Kailasa. And also even Devi worship he's been doing since the very young age. Yet it is today, now, especially during the time when humanity needs it the most, that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is making himself available for Devi Parashakti to manifest through continuously and guide each and every one of us. Out of her extreme love and compassion, Devi Parashakti is manifesting through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the Nijavatara, and out of her extreme love, she is granting us boons and healing us, revealing the past, present, and future, giving us truth from the cosmic archives, and literally changing the cosmic archives themselves, and in order to manifest what we want into reality. And in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the Vedic rishis recognized, we recognize that the first and foremost relationship that we have in our lives is with the mother. And even if we might not know our mother physically, then we will still know the feeling of what it is like to have a mother. We'll still have that deep resonance for the feeling connection towards the mother. And from the time that we were connected to her in the womb through the umbilical cord, we had even a physical connection to her. So the relationship with the mother is a primary relationship that defines how we relate with our life, the universe, and so much more, and even the people around us, the world around us. And we are responsible ultimately for making that relationship, the relationship with your mother, into a way that can inspire you to the highest, inspire you for the highest ambition, and make you express the highest consciousness. That is the science behind how the Devi Bhava is working. And the Devi Bhava is literally relating with the cosmos through the feeling, the aspect of connecting with the mother. And that Bhava, the connection with the mother, is the most powerful kind of connection that you can have with God, with the divine. And connection with the mother is a very powerful way. Like, you can gear your relationship with life, others, and the world around you to the highest potential, to the highest possibility. And actually, Bhava Samadhi means oneness with the source, and Bhava Samadhi means relating or experiencing oneness with the source through a certain aspect. So today we will be experiencing oneness with the source through the aspect of Devi Parashakti and the feeling connection to Devi Parashakti. So now, before we are entering into the next segment in today's program, I will briefly attempt to introduce the very divine being, the incarnation of Paramashiva himself, whose very advent it is to make superconscious breakthrough happen on planet Earth. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was born on the 2nd of January 1978 and is a reviver of Kailasa, the macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the reviver of the science of power manifestation, yoga and temple-based lifestyle for the whole humanity to learn and imbibe and revive the enlightened civilization. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is ordained as the 233rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Kailasa Paramparagata Kanchi Kailasa Sarvagnyapijam, or the Tondai Mandalam Adinam. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as well is the incumbent emperor of the Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as well as the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Kailashonata Shyamala Pita Sarvagnya Pijam, or the Madurai Adinam. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as well as the Mahamandaleshwar, or the Supreme Spiritual Head of the Mahanirvani Akada, one of the oldest apex bodies of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as well is the 23rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Dharmamukti Swargapuram Adinam, and the 1008th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of the Atal Akada, as well as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, is elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a very esteemed group of Hindu leaders, a congregation of thousands of leaders in 2015. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is today known for having authored more than 300 books in the spiritual field, giving solutions for the whole world in the languages English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, which were further translated into 50 different languages. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as well is the reviver and founder of over 100 Sarvagnapitas, the establisher of Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu University, the world's largest Hindu university with satellite campuses in more than 150 countries. As well, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the reviver of the 108 different ancient endangered lineages, or the sampradayas, such as the Rudras and Rudrakanyas, the Bhairavas and Bhairavis, the Sannyasis, the Rishis and Rishikas, and very many more different sampradayas as well. Today, having unreached and enriched more than 1 billion people across the planet Earth, and is the commentator on the various different Hindu scriptures, including the Brahma Sutras, the Yoga Sutras, the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishad, the Shiva Sutras, the Jain Sutras, the Ashtavakra Gita, and much, much more. As well, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been recognized and internationally acclaimed with more than 50 different kinds of acclamation throughout the world, and working towards promoting greater accountability in leadership. And as well, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the reviver of more than 1 million palm leaf scriptures, as well as 20 million digital books that are all available in Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu Library, or Nithyananda Jnanalaya. And as well, despite having gone through literally more than 70 assassination attempts, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been subject to more than an acute form of different kinds of persecution. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism still continues to serve the whole humanity and every day make himself available in some way, in some form, in order to create superconscious breakthrough to the whole humanity. As well, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been recognized even for his hard work to eliminate violence against women and also revive Hindu solutions in order to address and fix the ongoing pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, through Hindu multilateralism. And this report has been made recognized by the United Nations itself. So before we are now going to be proceeding into the next segment of today's program, and we will be joined by the Nithyananda Gurukul Balasan and be able to see and witness the demonstration for the third eye powers. So after a quick break, right now we will be able to witness the demonstration of the third eye powers. Yes, after a very quick break, we will witness the demonstration of the third eye powers.
What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world.
All power is knowledge. Only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashivam. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
Yes, Nithyananda. Let us now move on to the next segment, which is the power manifestation segment, where all of you will be witnessing the extraordinary powers of Paramashiva being manifested by the Balasons of the Nithyananda Gurukul. So today, the powers you will be witnessing in this segment is the powers of third eye and body scanning. The power of third eye is where one awakens the ability to be able to see anything with their eyes blindfolded and to be able to see with their eyes closed and access any information. So the next power which you will be witnessing is the power of body scanning, where one awakens the ability of scanning illnesses, diseases, medically diagnosed issues, and also reveal the solutions and root cause of the problem. Let us now move on into the introduction into these Shaktis. What are Shaktis and how do we manifest these extraordinary? Paramashiva reveals in every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest these 463 plus extraordinary Shaktis, and when Paramashiva beautifully explains that Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are the divine and that you need to manifest the divine. Not that you are a man and that you need to reach the divine. So let us see the difference between Shaktis and Siddhis. And Shaktis are the powers which manifest from deep feeling connection or oneness with Paramashiva. And Shaktis are permanent. They are the source of enlightenment. Siddhi is from the tapas or penance for enlightenment. Shaktis are not, Siddhis are not permanent. So
what I mean by the word E-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are, If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa.
Yes. Sorry for the technical glitch. So let us continue. Paramashiva is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form and causality. As a fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakritya, or the 5 cosmic acts of Srishti, creation, Sthiti, sovereign rulership and maintenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Robhava, pulling out of delusion, and liberation. And Paramashiva himself has come down in the form of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. As the 1008th living incarnation of Paramashiva and the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation, which is the great cosmic borderless Hindu nation. Ever since the beginning of the civilization, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma, all these knowledge, these sciences, these initiations have been passed down from generation to generation from the Guru Shishya Parampara, which is the Guru disciple lineage. So Swamiji has also been trained and taught to revive these sciences and initiate millions of disciples all across the globe to revive these sciences from the disciplines of Vedanta, Tantra, Shri Vidya, Yoga, Yogic powers, Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, the science of Aushadha, Bhakti Yoga, Paramashivoham and Paramashivoham. From the Guru, from the enlightened Gurus. So you can see so many of the Gurus. All the Gurus which initiated Swamiji, like Mata Nandapuri, Yogi Raj Yoganandapuri, Visiri Swamigal, Chennai Swamigal, so many of the Gurus have initiated Swamiji and trained Swamiji from a very young age. And now all of you will be thinking, okay, all these incarnations and enlightened Gurus can manifest. How do we manifest these powers? Just with Diksha. Every ultimate truth, jnana, mapped into your consciousness right now, manifests as a power and a possibility of every being right now. So, Diksha is initiation. Diksha is the direct transfer of spiritual energy. Just can be transmitted to us just with one look. That's into these powers, and you yourself can manifest these powers. And that is what all of you, you're not going to just be witnessing these powers today. After all these powers in a
Diksha is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being through look, word, or touch. The traditional Vedic book Navaratneshwara states, Sarvasamapi Dikshanam Muktihi Phalamakhanditam Avirodhat Bhavantyeva Prasangyastu Bhuktayah. Does not attain liberation nor a better future. Floods the brain.
Yes. So that was a very beautiful video which explained what is Diksha and the power of initiation, how we start manifesting these powers. So let us move on to see how the science of power manifestation is authenticated through the four aspects of pramanas or evidences. So the first is the Shastra Pramana, which are the eternal unchangeable truths that are revealed in the source scriptures. The next is the Apta Pramana, which are the experiences and results of Aptas or the authorities of Hinduism. Vedic rishis, scientists, munis who have time to Yes. Sorry for the technical glitch. We'll now be moving on to the Shastra Pramana, where sorry for the technical glitch. I'll be continuing with the translation. By fixing the mind on the inner space within the ground center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind and inner space, through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal Laksham by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of Paramashiva. The next is the Apta Pramana, where Bhagavan Shri Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye. Natu mam shakyate drashtum anenaiva svachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pasyame yogamaheshwaram. Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna, but you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes that I behold my cosmic opulence. In the Hindu Purana Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Shri Krishna initiates Arjuna in the power of third eyes. And in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 11th chapter, 8th verse, and in the 11th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna beautifully describes the cosmic form of Bhagavan Shri Krishna as he sees it through the third eye. The next is the Atma Pramana, Swamiji's own experience of how he was able to manifest the power of third eye. In Swamiji's own words, I was able to see everything above me, around me, and not only I was able to see, I was able to even feel everything as me. So when Swamiji was sitting on the Pavadukundu rock in Tiruvannamalai, he had the enlightenment experience and he was able to see everything, the whole 360-degree vision with his eyes closed, everything. And Swamiji beautifully tells that he was not only able to see, he was even able to feel that the rock he was sitting on, that the shrubs, bush, tree, everything around him was him. And next is the Pratyaksha Pramana, the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. Yes. And study measures compare metabolic cell activity in the conscious state of third eye and using the positron emission thermograph, PET. And when doing daily activities, only the third eye region is active, like most of the third eye region is highlighted and is active. And when in deep state of samadhi, almost 90% of the rest of the brain is at peace and only the third eye region is active. So let us now move on to the live Sakshi Pramana, the live demonstration of the power of third eye being manifested by the Balasans of the Nithyananda. Along with me, I have an extraordinary power manifester, an extraordinary Balasan, who is going to be demonstrating this Shakti, Maniti Virijananda, who is 16 years old, and she has been extraordinary Shakti to all of you now. So along with me, I have a medically tested eye bag. You see in front is a complete opaque sheet, and behind is a thick sponge. And there is no gap between the opaque sheet and the sponge, and there is no possible way of light entering in this eye band. There is also a strap which comfortably straps the eye band to Sorry for the technical glitch. So I'll be placing the eye band on Madhurija's eyes now. And opening the strap in front of all of you. Madhurija, are you comfortable? Yes. Okay. So now Madhurija is completely comfortable. I request you to turn to your right, left, up, and up. Yes. So all of you can see there's no wires, there's nothing on Madhurija. It's just her eye band. Yes. So now We will be reading comments from the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel and the HDH Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page. So I request all of you to go ahead, post your comments in the Facebook page and in the YouTube channel. And Ma Girija will be reading out your comments like, you can post anything you want. Medical terms, scientific terms.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Sorry for the technical glitch, and we are really completing for the inconvenience caused. So now I'm going to be again placing the IBAN on Ma Girija's eyes. You can see in front and back. There's no change to the IBAN. There's no possibility of light entry. I'll be placing the IBAN on Ma Girija's eyes. I'm opening the strap in front of you and placing it on here. Ma Girija, are you comfortable?
I request you to put this strap over my ears.
So now Ma Girija is comfortable. I request you to turn to your right, left, up, and down. Yes. So you can see there's no wires on Ma Girija. There's nothing. It's just her IBAN. And this is just to make it more foolproof and show that there is no possible way of her peeking, cheating, anything. It is just the powers of third eye, which she is manifesting with the grace and blessings of Swami. So now we'll be reading comments from the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel and the HDH Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook channel. So I request all of you to go ahead, post anything you want. You can post emojis, numbers, pictures, shapes, stickers, medical terms, scientific terms, paragraphs, words, anything you want. Go ahead and post it, and Ma Girija will be reading it out live. Yes, Ma Girija, you can go ahead. Yes.
So the latest comment which is posted in Kailasa's HDH channel is by Rahul Aswani has posted Namaste emoji and a heart. And before that, my Eva Anderson is posted Hare Hare Mahadev. And before that, my Eva Anderson is posted Jan.
Wow. That was in just less than 1 minute, and she was able to read it so fluently and exactly correct. She was able to read the names, emojis, and even the comments. Wow, amazing. Beautiful. Okay, so let's move to Facebook and see if there's any comments. Mavirga, you can go ahead.
Okay. Appu Ramakrishnan Guru has posted something in Tamil. Yeah. And before that, Anthony Sajjan has posted Nithyananda. And before that, Marika Sarlanand has posted Nithyananda and a heart. Okay.
Ma Virja, are you sure that's Tamil?
Looks like Tamil. I think it's Malayalam.
Yes. Okay, amazing. Beautiful. Even that Mavrija was able to see through her third eye, read the names, and was able to read the comments, everything from the Facebook channel also. All of you can go ahead, continue posting comments, and Mavrija will be reading it out live. But you will all okay. And now we'll be manifesting the second power, which is power of body scanning, which will be manifested by the balasins of the Nithyananda people. We'll now be seeing the pramanas for this power. The first is the Shastra Pramana, which is from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Swadehe jagato bhati sukshmadharani cha tattvani yani nilayam tattvante vyajyate para. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constituted principles of your whole body, Swadeha, or of the whole universe, simultaneously consist of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in their source cause Paramashiva. And by the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all the thoughts, and the divine, ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi, Akashic, happens, and the supreme power manifestation is manifest. The next is the Apta Pramana, which is from the light of a Siddha named Teraya. Teraya was one of the prominent disciples of Agastya. One day, a man suffering from a severe headache comes to Agastya for healing. Agastya does the body scanning and reveals that there is a small Tere effect frog sitting in the person's brain. Agastya immediately instructs Teraya, his disciple, to do an open head surgery and remove the frog. And remember, this is 5,000 years ago. Teraya successfully open his completely healed, and thus he gained name Teraya. The next is the Atma Pramana, which is from the light power of body scan. Paraphrasing his words. Only when I had a multiple compound hand fracture was I forced to go for them. They detected heavy metal quantity in different organs of mine, and it was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to do the body scanning and find out where the imbalances and problems have happened. And using the power of body scanning, I found out where the problems and imbalances had happened and where the balance had to be done. I used allopathy as a second opinion just to verify my findings. The next is the Sakshi Pramana. So we're going to now be witnessing the live Sakshi Pramana by the Balasins and the Nithyananda yogis. So please go ahead, post your comments in the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel and the HDH Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook channel. We'll be right back after a short break with the Palasins who are going to be demonstrating this now.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda
Yes, we're back.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes, we're back with the Palasins of the Nithyananda. Now with me, I have two extras and Palasins of the Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda.
Yes, I'm back with the Palasins of the Nithyananda Gurukul, Maniti Brahmayogananda and Masoni, who are going to be demonstrating and manifesting this power of body scanning for all of you today. So, yes, I request the YouTube comments to be projected now. I request the YouTube comments to now be projected. In this power of body scanning, all of the balance will be awakening the ability to scan illnesses, diseases, medically diagnosed issues, and reveal solution and the root cause of the problem. And please understand that this power of body scanning is very unique because when seen through the third eye, when a person scans through the using third eye, they'll reveal the root cause of the problem. The third eye reveals the root cause. For example, if you have fever or cough, cold, anything, and you go to the doctor will diagnose you with the problem and give you medicines to heal you, and that is only going to temporarily heal you. It will not heal you completely because the doctor will never be able to find out what is the root cause of the problem. But when you scan through the third eye, Paramashiva will reveal what is the root cause and why the problem even started in your body in the first place. And just like how it does a wheat plant in your garden, just as how if you continue cutting the branches, it's going to continue growing. And only when you uproot the plant will it get uprooted and will it stop growing. Just like that, when the third eye scans and reveals the root cause of the problem and reveals the solution for the root cause, then all your problems will completely get solved. Okay, so Payatar Vajda Aya has requested for a body scanning. Yes. Suma Brahma Yoga, you can go ahead and do the body scanning for Payatar Vajda. Okay. And Celine G has requested for a body scanning. Suma Soni, you can do the body scanning for Celine G.
Yes, so Payatar Vajda, I did the body scanning for you, and Paramashiva revealed to me that you're having itchiness in your throat, and also there is a smoke growing in your stomach. If you go to the doctor and get an X-ray done right now, it will be visible. It's like a really tiny tumor, and you can stop it from growing by doing Nirahara Samyama. If you just follow the Nirahara Samyama and take Haritaki in the night every day, it will stop and it will go away. It's not that big of it's not so big yet. It will go away if you start doing Nirahara Samyama. And also Paramashiva revealed that for the itchiness in your throat to go away, just drink warm water every day.
Yes. Payatar Vajda Aya, that was a beautiful body scanning for you. I request you to please get back in the chat section. And please do take in consideration, as this is a very serious scanning, Please do follow the solution. Don't get scared. You'll be completely healed. See, understand that Paramashiva's third eye is very powerful. The moment Paramashiva just starts scanning your body, automatically the healing starts in your body. So don't get scared. Just follow the solution for precaution. So yes.
Yes, so Maheshaya has posted, Nithyananda Ma, some days before, Ma Soni scanned me and told about
Okay. Maheshaya has posted, Nithyananda Ma, some days before, Ma Soni scanned me and told me about some stones in kidney and told me to take castor oil in empty stomach. I've been taking since then. Can you now scan and tell? Yes, Ayya, surely. Just after Ma Soni reveals about Saline ji, she will again be doing the body scanning for you.
Nithyananda Saline ji, Paramashiva reveals that you are having too much mucus in your throat and stomach. So Paramashiva reveals that to remove the mucus from your body, do native.
Okay. Yes, and why don't you go ahead and do the scanning for Maheshaya? We can quickly do a scanning and review. Sayata Vajraya has gotten back telling, yes, ma, thank you. Yes, we'll follow. Thank you. Yes, Sayat, just follow the solution which Paramashiva revealed. You will be complete.
Nithyananda Maheshaya, Ayya, Paramashiva revealed that you are still having small stones in your stomach and it's drastically reduced. So Paramashiva revealed that keep taking castor oil, it will be completely better.
Yes. So that is a beautiful scanning. Maheshaya, just please follow whatever Paramashiva revealed. And with this, we'll now be concluding Power Manifestation session. We thank all of you for joining us in this segment today, completing for the inconvenience cause. You can come back tomorrow and every day at 2 a.m. IST and 4 p.m. IST. Thank you. Please stay tuned for the upcoming segments.
Yes, Nithyananda, everyone.
Yes, Nithyananda.
Yes, thank you, Maya Guprana. Thank you, Ma Brahmayoga. Thank you, Ma Soni. So that was a wonderful demonstration of the power manifestation. And now we will be getting into the Today we will be getting into the next segment of where we will be learning who is Devi Parashakti, the divine feminine consciousness. So we will be first looking at the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti. Sindhuraruna vigraham trinayana manikya mauli spurate taranayaka shekharam smitamukhi mapina vakshoruham panibhyamali ratna chashakam raktotpalam bhipratim saumyam ratna gatasta rakta charanam dhyayet paramambikam. And the translation for this verse says, the Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body, with triple eyes, sporting a crown of rubies, studded with the crescent moon, a face all of smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding the jewel cup brimming with mead, and the other twirling a red lotus. And the next Dhyana Shloka for Devi Parashakti, which also comes from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka. Arunam karunam tarangatakshim dritapasham kushapushpabana chapam animadi viravritam ayukai rahamityeva vibhavaye bhavani.
And the translation for this verse is, I meditate on the great empress. She is red in color and her eyes are full of compassion. She holds the nose, the gourd, the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hands. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as Anima for rays, and she is the self within me. And Devi Parashakti is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. Parashakti is the cosmic mother. And it is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in and manifest. And it is the source where the Big Bang and black holes go on and on. Parashakti is the source Shakti, source energy, source power, and the source of everything from, and is also the source from which all of us came and which all of us are in even now, and in which all of us are going to merge. And out of extreme love and compassion, Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form as the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. And in the words of Devi Parashakti herself, she beautifully says, raising as Omkara, expressing as Vedas and Agamas, blossom as Hrimkara, filled as Parashodasi, living in 40 triangles, the Kailasha Swami who is in Kailasa, Sri Purachintamani, Parashodasi, sitting as part of Paramashiva, Parameshwari who rules the world, Paramashakti, Manonmani, Meenakshi, as Nithyananda I took Nijavatara here, to give good boons to everyone, to bestow all goodness, Hiranya Garbha Swarupini, Brahmanda Yoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparana, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samrajya Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodasi, Meenakshi. Taking the form of Nithyananda, I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion, I am blessing. Listen, people. To do good to all of you, I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nijavatara. And again, in the words of Devi Parashakti herself, she beautifully says, raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, Shiva manifesting as source of existence, powers of existence, expression of existence from the oneness of Om, blossoming into two as Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three Shaktis, Icha, Kriya, and Jnana, growing as 4 Vedas, expanding as 5 Panchabhutas, beyond 6 chakras as Gotras of 7 Rishis, expanding as 8 directions, existing as 9 Grahas, blossoming as 10 Indriyas, being as 11 Rudras, creating all the worlds, bringing life to tell and make truth blossom, and to do good. Parashodasi, Meenakshi, in the form of Nithyananda, I came to bless every one of you. And now let's see how we can receive Devi Parashakti. So literally you are seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there on your screen. So always receive her very gently. You can place 2 bananas, 2 betel leaves, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin in front of the screen as you watch Devi Parashakti. And for those of you who don't know, the coin is actually considered the traditional dakshina in the Hindu tradition. It can be the lowest value. In India, it can even be just 1 paise. In the US, it can. Auntie says, I'm not trying to monetize. Keep even 1 cent, it is okay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up to $1. In India, even 1 paise is okay. And you can offer that to Devi Parashakti. And once the darshan is over, you can do namaskar and eat the banana, the betel leaf, and the betel nut, taking it as prasadam immediately. And for those of you who might be wondering how this betel leaf and betel nut may benefit you, this betel leaf and betel nut may look too small, but in a few days you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really she is there, and you will not take the Devi darshan for granted. Rituals will break your unconscious monotonous mentality and lifestyle, and remind you to raise you to the powerful cognitions. It will break your unconscious behavior. Set up the tambulam to receive Devi Parashakti. So you can set up the 2 betel leaves, the 1 betel nut, the banana, and the coin. You can set it up in a plate and keep it in front of the screen. These are the 4 basic items, but if you would like, you can also keep the other additional items such as a coconut, some kumkum, some bangles, then some fresh flowers, and a few more items. But these 4 items, the beetle leaf, the beetle nut, the banana, and the coin, are the 4 basic items. So you can arrange all of this in a plate and receive Devi Parashakti. And now with this, we come to the conclusion of this segment where we have learned who is Devi Parashakti and how you can receive Devi Parashakti when she comes for the darshan. So we will be moving to the next segment where we will be learning about what Devi Parashakti has revealed for humanity and how important it is for us to understand and internalize what he has revealed.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda, welcome back, dear viewers. Now we will be entering into the next segment where we will understand some of the revelations made by Devi Parashakti and how we can benefit from listening to the words of Devi herself. So, as we know, humanity has been undergoing the after effects of the cosmic deluge and pralaya. The thousands of deaths due to the global pandemic and emerging fungal epidemic, along with the record number of natural disasters, have taken a huge toll on humanity's collective psyche, leading to an increase in poverty, malnutrition, depression, and mental health issues. So what has caused this? Who is behind this? How could we have avoided this? What is the solution for this? In this segment, let us go through an analysis of Devi Parashakti's revelations on the cause and solution of the pralaya. Many of us know the current state of the world. As of June, the deaths had crossed 4 million and the total number of cases confirmed crossed 175 million and continue to rise today. And the worst affected countries include US, India, and Brazil. And in India alone, there have been over 29 million cases of COVID-19 and over 374,000 deaths due to COVID-19, and over 75 million people have fallen into poverty since the beginning of the pandemic. And India is still suffering from other diseases, including suicide and depression. And India is considered to be the 6th most depressed country in the world, with 6.5% of the population suffering from some form of mental illness, and nearly 9 suicides per every 1 lakh people, with the worst affected age group between 15 and 24. From several natural disasters, as we know, the cyclone which hit Kerala a few months back, and then, of course, the floods in Maharashtra, which have been recently affecting the country. And along with this, we are gearing up for the 3rd wave, which could be happening within the next couple of weeks. So how could we have prevented this? And what could we have done to have avoided this? So let us listen to Devi Parashakti's revelations on the 31st of May, 2021, to understand what exactly we could have done.
இரண்டாயிரத்திருபத்திரண்டு வரை இந்தியா செல்ல வேண்டாமா என்று கேட்கின்றாய். நன்றாய் தெரிந்து கொள், சொல்வதை புரிந்து கொள். இந்த பெருநரகமான கிருமி போஜனம் இந்தியாவிற்குள் வரக்கூடாது என்பதற்காக 2020 பாரதம் முழுவதும் 12 ஜோதிர்லிங்கமும் பாத யாத்திரை செய்திடவே என் மகன் மூலமாய் திட்டமிட்டிருந்தேன். படுபாவிகள் ஓடத்தின் மாலுமியை ஊர்விட்டு துரத்தினார்கள். என்ன நடக்கிறதென்று பார். முறையாக கைலாய நாட்டின் தலைவனாக நிறை மரியாதையொடு நல் மதிப்பொடு என் நிஜாவதாரம் நித்யானந்தன் திருவடி மீண்டும் பாரதத்தில் பட்டு பாத யாத்திரை செய்த பிறகு மட்டுமே நீ அங்கு செல்ல வேண்டும். அதுவரை உன்னை காத்து செல்லாதே. ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
And the translation of Devi Parashakti's revelations: for this huge Kirmi Bojanam hell not to come to India. In 2020 itself, I had planned to do the Padayatra throughout India and the 12 Jyotirlingas through my son Swamiji. They chased the captain of the ship out of the country. See what is going to happen. So let us go back to 2017 and understand the vision that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed for this Padayatra in 2020.
Want to do 1 year Padayatra specially for this purpose in 2020. 2020, planning for a full year. I'm going to walk from Rameshwaram to Amarnath. 1 year with 10,000 people, just walking all over India to spend time with people. 2020, there will not be any program other than Padayatra and just spending time with people. Just walking. Of course, 10,000 people will be walking with me. Maybe 200 vehicles to carry our food and all the other items, transportation. Enjoying the river banks, forests, and time with nature. 10,000 people manifesting powers, walking from village to village. What do you think will happen? The scene of Buddhism spreading will be repeated now. How the Buddhism spread. 10,000 monks walking from village to village. What will happen? That's only monks. Here, power manifesting 10,000 people. The whole village will be manifesting powers. Just want to enjoy India and let India enjoy me. So planning for next year Kumbh Mela 2019, next year January Kumbh Mela. Before that, all the Balalayam, everything. Balalayam is going to be like the same structure outside with one stone tower, gold coated. It will be something like a 40 to 50 feet tall stone tower, and 5 Rajagopurams, which will be something like 120 feet. This will be the Balalayam. And after the Mulalayam is built, this Balalayam will serve as a Utsava Murti Sannidhi, where the Utsava Murtis will be worshipped and where the Archanas. See, in the main temple, there will not be any Archana or anything, because just for Darshan itself, there will not be time. Like Tirupati, you can only have Darshan and Arati, the camp for Arati. No other worship is allowed in the main temple. Because 12 Abhishekam is going to happen. 12 Kala Abhishekams. So continuously the rituals will be going on. People can have only darshan. They will not be able to involve themselves in any ritual. Other than darshan, nothing else will be allowed. So all the archana, all the other offerings, like people will offer the archanas and other, everything will be done to the Utsava Murti, which will be kept in the Balalayam, the present Balalayam, present structure. So people can spend time here. That will be more like a main darshan. This will be like energy darshan, where you can give letter, get response. So by next year, the Balalayam will be ready. So 2019 full year, I will be conducting the programs and everything. 2020 will be the one full year Padayatra, walking. From next year, Jayanti, means 2019's Jayanti to 2020's Jayanti. Full year, Jayanti to Jayanti will be Padayatra. Before that, we will make 10,000 people power manifestors. It will be sannyasi, brahmachari, grihastha, all put together. 10,000 people will be walking. What a scene it will be. I think that is the only way the revival of Sanatana Hindu Dharma can be done. I need to get into the ground where people can see me, where they are living. I can't be waiting for people to come where I am living. Now I am sitting in one place to prepare these 10,000 people and make this science completely user-friendly. For that only I am sitting and working. So I have given 2 years for me now, 2018 and 2019. So 2020, before that 10,000 people will be ready to walk with me, manifesting powers. We will literally solve every person's problem in every village. The way we are walking, the path, route we are taking, physical healing or mental healing, or it's a too big visualization. How will you visualize? What will happen if 10,000 power manifestors enter into a village and ask people, tell me your problem now, come on, let's sort it out.
Since the age of 10, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been enriching and preparing people for the Padayatra to save them from this pralaya. And as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed in this video, the plan for the Padayatra was to give people solutions where they are, to meet them where they are and give them any solution for any problem, whether it's mental problem, physical problem, emotional problem, anything that they need. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was ready to be on the ground and attending to people. And the whole purpose was to revive Hinduism. And unfortunately, this did not happen. And from the age of 10, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been enriching and initiating the masses into the science of enlightenment through these powerful discourses, initiations, and darshans. And here you can see in the next several photos, the photos of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism initiating thousands of people into the science of enlightenment. Here you can see in Vellore, Tamil Nadu, in Rasipuram in 2005, in Namakkal in 2005, and in Salem, Tamil Nadu in 2005. The Nithyanandam program in the Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapita, and the birth star celebrations in Tiruvannamalai, the birthplace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Jayanti celebrations in Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapita. And again, the Jayanti celebrations in Tiruvannamalai. The Nithyananda Spurana program in Chennai in 2006. And in all of these photos, you can see how many thousands of people were there getting blessed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And here you can see the Guru Purnima celebrations in Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapita in 2006. And the Bhakti Spurana program, the Dhyana Spurana program, the Little Anandas program, which was to initiate the youth into the science of enlightenment. The Saptayagam, which were a series of homas conducted by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and guided by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as thousands of people conducted the homa alongside the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Here you can see the devotees being guided into the homa. And here you can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself performing the homa and blessing the people. And again, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blessing people. And here you can see the Nithyananda Spurana program in 2006. And again, the Nithyananda Spurana program conducted in Tamil Nadu. And though the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism worked tirelessly over the last 26 years for the sake of reviving the science of enlightenment and, of course, to save humanity from this pralaya, the anti-Hindu elements had made it nearly impossible for the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to do the re-energizing process by driving the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism out of India. So let us listen to Devi Parashakti's revelations on the solution for this, revealed on the 31st of May, 2021.
வரை இந்தியா செல்ல வேண்டாமா என்று கேட்கின்றாய். நன்றாய் தெரிந்துகொள், சொல்வதை புரிந்துகொள். இந்த பெருநரகமான கிருமி போஜனம் இந்தியாவிற்குள் வரக்கூடாது என்பதற்காக 2020 பாரதம் முழுவதும் 12 ஜோதிர்லிங்கமும் பாதயாத்திரை செய்திடவே என் மகன் மூலமாய் திட்டமிட்டிருந்தேன். படுபாவிகள் ஓடத்தின் மாலுமியை ஊர்விட்டு துரத்தினார்கள். என்ன நடக்கிறதென்று பார். முறையாக கைலாய நாட்டின் தலைவனாக மரியாதையோடு நல் மதிப்போடு
and suffering, we see what the great rishis of the Vedic times revealed as the Kali Yuga. And in the Kurma Purana, sage Vyasa revealed that the Kali Yuga is the worst of the 4 yugas, where a man will be his own worst enemy. Let us now look at the translation for that verse. This Kali Yuga is the worst of the 4 yugas in all the world. People are sinful and forget the dharma of the 4 varnas and the 4 ashramas. In fact, men are so sinful that no prescribed penance atones for their great sins. The only place which is free from such sins is the great sacred city of Varanasi, the Mahapuri. And the Kurma Purana also states that the Lord Rudra, Paramashiva himself, is the avatar for the Kali Yuga. And the translation of the verse, Brahma is the presiding divinity for Devata for the Krita Yuga, the first cycle of time. And in the Treta Yuga, the second cycle of time, it is Bhagavan Ravi. And in the Dvapara Yuga, the third cycle of time, the presiding divinity is Vishnu. And in the Kali Yuga, the fourth cycle of time, the current age, the presiding divinity is the avatar Lord Rudra, Lord Maheshwara, Mahasadashiva himself. And on the 2nd of January, 1978, out of his deepest compassion to protect humanity, Paramashiva himself descended into the human form in the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. And if Paramashiva had waited even one more year, if the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had waited one more year to take the body, it would have been too late. 1979 would have been too late. And let us listen to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself revealing about this.
And I tell you, O Hindus, don't be afraid. I am back with the same signs. We are going to be rich. It is not lost. Just the last minute climax before it was going to be put off. Have happened. (1979) would have been late. 1979 would have been late. If I had time, I would have sent only ambassadors. Because no time, I have to get up and come directly. O Hindus, feel blessed. Science is not dead. It is available. I have everything needed to bring that science back to life and establish its legitimacy.
And the Avatar's advent on the planet Earth was to protect the world from this great cosmic deluge, to bring them to the new age, the Satya Yuga. Let us listen to Devi Parashakti herself revealing about this.
ஓம் உலக மக்களே கேளுங்கள், கலி முற்றி கலி கழிந்து புதுயுகம் சத்தியயுகம் புறப்பட வேண்டிய காலம் வந்ததனால் வந்திருக்கின்றது இந்த பெரும் பிரளயம். கவலை வேண்டாம் மக்களே, நித்யானந்தன் வடிவம் தாங்கி நாமே இங்கு வந்திருக்கின்றோம்.
நித்யயுகம் செய்வோம், நித்யயுகம் சத்யயுகமாய் மலரும் இங்கு ஆனந்தமாக இருங்கள்.
And the translation for Devi's revelation: people of the world, listen. Kali Yuga has matured, and over time it has come for Satya Yuga to happen. So this great pralaya has come. Don't worry, people. In the form of Nithyananda, I myself have come. I will make Nitya Yuga. Nitya Yuga will blossom as Satya Yuga. Be blissful. For this huge hell Kirmi Bojanam not to come to India, 2020 I had planned to do the Padayatra throughout India in the 12 Jyotirlingas through my son Swamiji. And in order to prepare for this, the avatar began the Padayatra at the mere age of 10. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism began enriching people one person at a time with the truths from the sacred scriptures and the secrets of higher living. And even as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was just 14, 15 years old, all of his classmates recall the yatra where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism led them from Guriyatam, Tamil Nadu to Tiruvannamalai, his birthplace, and a huge spiritual pilgrimage site. And when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was just 19 years old, all his fellow monks at the Ramakrishna Math recall the yatra where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism led them from Chennai, Tamil Nadu to Tiruvannamalai, his birthplace, and gave them all an unforgettable pilgrimage experience. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continued walking the length and breadth of India, reaching more and more people and preparing each one until the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism founded the international mission, the Nithyananda Sangha, to revive Kailasa internationally on the 31st of December, 1999. And here you can see the photo of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism establishing the very first Kailasa enlightenment ecosystem in Tiruchendur, Tamil Nadu on the 14th of April, 2001. And in 2003, the Avatar continued his Vijayatra all over the world to enrich people from all different backgrounds. And with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's intensity and dedication for the people, even thousands who do not understand English, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's voice resonated deeply and his presence moved each one to tears. And in 2004, the Avatar led his disciples on the first Himalayan Yatra, visiting temples, delivering satsang, and initiating them into the superconscious breakthrough. Subsequently, the Avatar personally organized and led yatras yearly and guided individual souls, not just to physical spiritual sites, but to supernal spiritual realms. And in 2006, the Padayatras were taken to the next level with the Kodikan Radayatra, with thousands of people impacted by the Nithyanandeshwara and Nithyanandeshwari deities who traveled from city to city, blessing people. And here is a short clip of the Kodikan Radayatra and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blessing the masses with the science of enlightenment. And the Kodikan Rathayatra culminated with the consecration and inauguration of the Garbha Mandir, the Sanctum Sanctorum for Nithyanandeshvara and Nithyanandeshwari, and the Nithyananda Swayambhulinga in Adi Kailasha Sarvanyapita. And the deities were energized as Archavataras to radiate the energy of Paramashiva and Parashakti to create the Adi Kailasha Sarvanyapita as a ship to save humanity from the upcoming Pralaya. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism created innumerable spiritual energy centers in India as safe havens for people during this great deluge. And here you can see the Kailasa in Tiruchendur, the Adi Kailasha Sarvanyapita, and the Kailasa in Hyderabad. And in 2008, the Avatar continued to bless people by creating and energizing the Nithyananda Vajrasrovar, the Anadalinga, which would protect anyone who bathes in its waters from the deadly COVID disease. And in 2009, the Avatar held another Kodikan Rathayatra and garnered international attention, creating a movement where lakhs of Hindus were once again embracing Hinduism. And wherever the Avatar's feet have graced the planet Earth, there the seeds of super consciousness have been sown. The Avatar has established thousands of Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems for enriching humanity, over 1 billion people worldwide, and enriched by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And some of the Sarvajnapitas established and some of the enlightenment ecosystems established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism include Kailasa and Erode in the Adi Nithyananda Pita, the Adi Kailasha Sarvajnapita in Bangalore, Tirupati, and the Kailasa in Tiruvannamalai, the Kailasa in Columbus, the Kailasa in Los Angeles, the Kailasa in Seattle, in San Jose. And more photos of Kailasa in San Jose, the Kailasa in Seattle, the Kailasa in Houston, Texas, the Kailasa in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Kailasa in New York, the Kailasa in Washington, D.C., the Kailasa in Toronto, Canada, more photos, and the Kailasa in Oklahoma City, the Kailasa in Phoenix, Arizona, and the Kailasa in St. Louis, Missouri, the Kailasa in Oman, the Kailasa in Dubai, the Kailasa in London, the Kailasa in Scotland, the Kailasa in Netherlands, the Kailasa in Slovakia, the Kailasa in Belgium, the Kailasa in Luxembourg, the Kailasa in Austria, the Kailasa in Germany, the Kailasa in Italy, the Kailasa in France, the Kailasa in Switzerland, the Kailasa in Mauritius, the Kailasa in South Africa, the Kailasa in Salem, more photos of the Kailasa in Salem, and the Kailasa in Hosur, the Kailasa in Patnam, the Kailasa in Varanasi, the Kailasa in Rajapalayam, more photos of the Kailasa in Rajapalayam, the Kailasa in Hyderabad, the Kailasa in Kerala, the Kailasa in Gujarat, the Yogis in Southern India, the Kailasa in Tiruvanmiyur, the Kailasa in Alankulam, the Kailasa in Chennai, Tambaram, the Kailasa in Avadi, Chennai, the more photos of the Kailasa in Chennai, and the Kailasa in Melbourne, Australia, the Kailasa in New Zealand, the Kailasa in Singapore, the Kailasa in Guadeloupe, South America. And to ensure humanity survives this pralaya, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism created the sovereign order of Kailasa with thousands of sannyasis with no discrimination against caste, creed, and religion. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism created all of these enlightenment ecosystems as well for the sake of protecting people, to guide them through this pralaya and to ensure that each person is protected during this time and is blessed with the guidance of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been continuously guiding people, blessing people, answering everyone's questions, prayers, and giving all kinds of boons through the Parashakti Akashic readings. And we have been blessed to continuously be in the presence of Devi herself during this pralaya and during this pandemic. So if you would like to offer your gratitude to Devi Parashakti for all of her guidance and blessings, you can stay tuned for this next segment where we will understand some of the offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti. So with this, we will be concluding this segment and we will be right back after a very quick break.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda
Nithyananda.
Paramashivoham.
Welcome back to all of the viewers. Now let us enter into the next segment where we are going over the offerings to Devi Parashakti. Once again, I welcome each and every one of you who might be joining us from all over the world in different time zones. Maybe you perhaps are coming from a different background today. And this might be your first introduction to Hinduism. In this next segment, we'll be understanding more of the deeper context, the deeper powerful cognitions of Devi Parashakti and how to manifest oneness with her immediately. How in your life you can do it instantly. Perhaps you might have gone this far in the program and come this far, and still you might not be convinced fully that Devi Parashakti can really manifest what you want in your life and your reality as you want it. And if you are in that category, if you feel that way, then I can assure you that understanding the deeper context, the deeper powerful cognitions can do so much in making a breakthrough happen inside of you. Our world as we know it is based on only what we understand. It is not about what we experience or even what we think or act. It is about what we believe, what we cognize. So a powerful cognition can never go underestimated. And ultimately, that is what we are manifesting in these ritualistic sevas, in these beautiful different offerings that we have available for you today. You will be able to make an offering and instantly manifest the reality which you want with the grace of Devi Parashakti. Now, an offering is a giving of a divine gift of pure love, devotion, and oneness. And it consists of two parts, giving and accepting. And only when the divine accepts what you offer, the offering becomes complete. Offering is not made out of fear or greed. That is one of the fundamental aspects of these offerings that you should remember throughout. When the avatar lands, the Ninja avatar has made himself available, and Devi Parashakti is manifesting. These offerings are purely a part of the grand Leela played out for the sake of enlightenment of you and the whole humanity. Now, before we're entering into this segment, let us first chant, embrace the beauty, the description of Devi Parashakti with the Dhyana Shonmani from the Moolagama. Indunivabeda karavahni nayanam syat pankajavaraabhaya japaksha angahimabhushana vichitravasanam syat tungamukutodvala manonmani swarupam. And the English translation. Moon-like face holding the Vedas on hand, fire in eyes with lotus flower gracing and blessing hand. One hand with the japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments and the wonderful clothes and shining bright crown. Her name is Manonmani. And the next Dhyana Shloka now I'll be chanting. Dhyaye devim trinetram shashini bhavatanam vedahastam dadanam savye padmam varadam aparishabhayam chakshamalam divyairabaranir vibhushitatanum brahmadi vipushitam devimeva manonmanim pratidinam kamatra dhatrim shubham. Once again, the English translation here says, I meditate on Devi with 3 eyes glowing like the moon and holding the Vedas, lotus and gracing with blessing and gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments and she is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day. Now, having invited the divine presence of Devi Parashakti, let us enter into building our foundation for understanding these different offerings that you can make today. And that begins with the significance of the divine element gold. And in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, we recognize that there was more than just economic value associated with gold or social value associated with gold. And in fact, in the Atharva Veda, here it says, we have the verse which refers to gold. It says, triply born by birth is this gold. From the atoms of Agni, it becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from Soma when it was heard. One they called the seed of virtuous and powerful Apaha. Let that triple gold be for your long life. Now, in our society, we understand that gold has an economic value, it has a social value. Economic meaning that it has money associated with it, it has a currency associated with it, and it has social value because the highest awards that we give is the gold medal or the gold level. That is the highest level that you can achieve in most circumstances. And while this is true, even in our relationship, we place value by giving gold gifts. And for our loved ones on Mother's Day or on Father's Day, for our loved ones on marriage anniversaries, and any gifts we offer is often in gold jewelry, gold watch, gold, everything is given as a gift. And that is the social value that we place on gold. However, we miss deeply the sacred value that is associated with gold. It is a sacred, most deep sentiment that gold has, and it has powers that are way beyond what you and I can even fathom in our logic. Gold is, in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, considered the divine element. It is an element that can purify the very being itself, the very consciousness, and it can hold enlightenment energy, it can heal anything. It has super conscious qualities, and that is why Vedic rishis had recognized that it was so powerful, and it is talked about and displayed in so many of the different scriptures. In the scriptures, the Vedas, the Agamas, the Itihasas, the Puranas, the Shrutis, and Smritis, all of these had literally talked about the gold being a divine element and how it was displayed in all of the various different aspects of the civilization. In fact, the Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of rivers of gold. The Indus River was called the Hiranyamaya, the river of gold in the Rig Veda, and the river Saraswati was called the Hiranyavartani in the Atharva Veda. And gold is the supreme element for offering elements to the ones you love, of course, as we had discussed. And in the Vedic civilization, temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years. It lasts forever. So having thus understood the foundation of the various different offerings that we're going to make, which is the significance of gold, you'll see that many of the offerings that we are talking about today are in gold, and each of them have different significances. In fact, in the Shilpa Shastra and as well in many different scriptures, for the descriptions of the divine, how to carve them and how to depict the divine in the various forms is known as the Shilpa Shastra. And there's descriptions of how Devi's jewelry is ornately carving her entire body, is ornating and adorning her entire body. And what is the significance behind each part is beautifully explained and the context is given. And that is something that we are going to be going over today. Before we begin all of the jewel ornaments that you can offer to Devi Parashakti, we'll start first with the E-Hundi offering. And before I enter into the significance, I'll first chant the verse from the Lalita Sahasranamam. Bhakti Priya, Bhakti Gamya, Bhakti Vashya Bhayapaham, Shambhavi Sharadaradhya, Sharvani Sharmadayini. And the English translation says, Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion, and she removes all fear. Now, if there is any fear in the minds of a devotee, Devi Parashakti is sure to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn, and here it is meant the autumn of our life when thoughts turn more and more inward. The role of the divine is known and understood clearly. The need for Devi worship becomes stronger. And Devi Parashakti has literally manifested every day for us, sometimes even twice a day, and has given us the grace for her of her presence and literally giving us the way to interact with her personally, ask her questions, and she in return to just our devotion, our question, our humble prayers to Devi Parashakti has poured and showered her blessings and her energy. And out of gratitude for that, we can offer this e-hundi offering. This is a way that you can experience the gratitude, the fulfillment of offering your gratitude to Devi Parashakti. And this gratitude is a beautiful way that you can manifest what you want into reality. The next offering we have is the Sankalpa chanting. Every single ritual in Sanatana Hindu Dharma begins with the Sankalpa. The Sankalpa itself, as you can see, can be an offering in itself because it is that powerful. Because we always start this with conscious resolution. The will and the declaring our resolution, our Sankalpa for the whole universe has its own really deep significance and power in manifesting what you want into reality. Every single day, declaring that purpose that you want to manifest in your life aligns you back to the same purpose. And in this Sankalpa, you can have the grace, the blessings of literally Devi Parashakti taking care of whatever Sankalpa you want to manifest, the conscious resolution you want to manifest, and blessing you with the fruition of all of your desires and your wishes. And Devi Parashakti is described in the Devi Mahatmyam, chapter 12, verse 34, as enchanting this whole universe. As you can see, we have a verse here. And the verse translation goes, the goddess enchants this universe, and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess, being prayed without interest in anything, gives the knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in the materialistic sense. Yes. So you can offer this Sankalpa offering, and once again, I will guide the participants. If you'd like to pay, or if you'd like to go ahead with the next steps of these offerings, of any one of these offerings, you can go to tiny.cc/Devi-offering, and we'll go over the steps of how to make a payment at the end of this segment. And the next offering we have is the Sahasranama Swarna Kastu. And Devi Parashakti is described in the Lalita Sahasranama, verse 731, as Nama Parayana Prita, meaning she who likes the repetition of her various names. This is the offering of the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti. It's a special and unique archana which is offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti and has deep significance. In Sanatana Hindu Dharma, Sahasranamavali and the Ashtotaranamavali, even the japa, the repetition of the name of the divine, is so significant. It is a very spiritual, sacred practice. It's a sadhana in itself. As we are chanting the name, first there's a layer of physical, the science of the sacred vibrations being created, that positive energy being created through the chanting of the name, which is researched upon so much when it comes to the Sanskrit pronunciation, the Sanskrit chanting. And second, when you cherish a deep sacred sentiment inside of you, that itself can manifest into reality. Whatever we cherish is automatically manifesting into reality. And our reality itself, the way we experience our life, is simply a manifestation of what we have cherished beforehand, what we have prayed for deeply beforehand, we have cherished inside of our inner space. And we should, each and every one of us, understand that and know that when we are cherishing the names of Devi Parashakti and the names of the divine, we are automatically manifesting the reality that we want to create. So with this offering, you can offer a gold coin, actually, with the inscribed names of 1008 names, and receiving the blessings to have the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, all the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti. Yes. And the next offering we had was a very special offering. One of the most deeply sacred offerings is the finger ring with a pearl. And the pearl has so much of significance in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Before going on, I'd like to first chant the first verse from the Meenakshi Pancharatnam. Muktaharanala Satkiritaram Purnendu Vakra Prabham Shinjhannu Purikinkini Manidaram Padma Prabhavasuram Sarvabhita Palapradam Girisutam Vani Rama Sevitam Meenakshim Pranatosmi Santatamaham Karunyavaram Nidim. And the English translation says, I bow down to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that is studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddess Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. So as you can see here, the Devi Meenakshi's very incarnation on planet Earth is a advent of compassion. Literally, she came down out of her utmost compassion for the whole humanity. In fact, when her advent and her time, her life on planet Earth is recorded, is exactly the time in all civilizations were broken apart and living isolated across the world. And there was not one strong civilization that was ruling. And through the civilization that Devi Parashakti had manifested on planet Earth, she united one for all of these civilizations and advanced the civilization to a high level, to a super conscious level, where powers were manifesting daily and literally every being could access this layer of super consciousness.
What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being, Paramashivoham. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashivoham will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just 3 years, nothing else.
Nithyanandam, welcome back to all the viewers. Sorry for that technical glitch on our side. Thank you for staying tuned with us. Let's now enter into the next offering. We have the Swarna Padma Pushpa. And this offering is the offering of the golden lotus. And it says that in the Kamikagama, all the kalashas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered cloth. They should be adorned with a lotus flower made of gold. And there are hundreds of references for gold for the lotus flower in the Vedic scriptures. And there's so many different kinds of references for the worship of the ultimate and using the lotus in the worship of Paramashiva. And you'll also see that many of the different arts and architecture, even the science of consciousness, the representation of the various chakras inside of our body are all represented by a lotus. That's because lotus is considered as a divine flower in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Even the Shakti of Paramashiva is called a lotus. The base of the Paramashiva Linga is a lotus, and the disciple of Paramashiva is considered as a lotus, which is about to bloom. So there's so many different references for lotus because lotus has so much of different significances. And you can offer this golden lotus in any size you wish and be blessed to have the state, space, powers, and being of Devi in your inner space amidst any and every adverse situation in life. Yes. The next offering we have is the toe ring, the golden toe ring. And in popular culture nowadays, it's very fashionable to wear the golden toe ring. And even any toe ring is very fashionable. And this actually has a reference in the various sacred scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. It is the oldest custom according to the Hindu scriptures and has reference in the Hindu scriptures itself. There's so many different references for this toe ring, and it has a sacred quality, a sacred context which is associated with it. Because Devi Parashakti herself is adorned with this toe ring. Why? Because she was recognized that the very toenails, even her toenails, have the power to remove all darkness and ignorance. The whole body of Devi Parashakti is so great that even just the last inch, if that grace falls on you, you will have the ultimate liberation in life. Now, let me chant the reference from the Saundarya Lahari composed by Adi Shankaracharya of the greatness of Devi Parashakti, even her toenails. Nakhadiriti samchanana majjana tamo guna padadvaya prabhajala parakrita saruruha. And the meaning goes, you whose brightness from toenails destroys the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees who prostrate at your feet, whose brightness from your 2 feet overpowers that of the lotus flower. Now you can offer this golden toe ring to be in the constant gratitude for receiving her blessings, even in the most difficult aspects of your life. And the next offering we have is the Swarna Mangtika, And this is referenced from the different verses on Devi Parashakti as well, where she is described as Shuddha Sarabhi Varshini, where it says, she who makes the nectar flow in all of our nerves from the Sahasrara, she who gives a very pleasant experience of the divine. And the Mantika represents the nectar flowing from the Sahasrara chakra, which is fully open. And like as I said, the Sahasrara chakra is the chakra at the top of the head, which is represented by the 1,000-petaled lotus. When that blooms, the nectar overflows from it. That is a representation of the bliss that comes from the enlightenment experience which the cosmos bestows on you. And in this verse, you can understand that Devi Parashakti will simply give you the blessings to achieve the blissful state of overflowing gratitude and the space of complete completion with this offering of the Mantika. The next offering we have is a Pratyakshapada Puja. Once again, this is an elaborate offering of the to the Guru Padukas, and whether it is Adi Shankaracharya who composed the very Guru Paduka Stotram, or in the Guru Gita from Paramashiva himself, the primordial Hindu divinity, speaking on the greatness of the Guru and the Guru Paduka, or even in the modern day, the great incarnation Sri Sathya Sai Baba, who sung the words Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam, and even until today, the incarnation of Paramashiva, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, has given us the Guru Tattva and the Guru disciple relationship as a gift for us to achieve the ultimate. The Guru has so much of significance from the time immemorial, from Paramashiva himself in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And the principle of the Guru-disciple relationship cannot be underestimated. So you can offer this Pratyakshapada Puja, and you'll have several different opportunities to offer this Pratyakshapada Puja as well. And you'll be able to directly offer at the feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The next offering we have is the Vastra Seva, another direct offering at the feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where we're offering the clothes, the sacred cloth which adorns the Guru and Devi Parashakti, in order for you to manifest all the protection from Devi Parashakti is needed in your life. Now, this brings us to a conclusion of all the various offerings. So you can see a summary table of all of the different offerings. And as you can see here, there are several different levels of the offerings. Either you can offer any amount that you wish, or just $1, or you can offer a more substantial amount if you feel that you want to. Whatever is what you feel you can do, and what you feel that you want to offer out of your gratitude to Devi Parashakti. That's ultimately why we are making these offerings, and there is no amount of fear or greed in these kinds of offerings. They are simply a way that you can offer your gratitude. And in order for everyone to, no matter where you might come from, no matter what your background is, in order for anyone to be able to offer today, we have a various array of offerings in different levels so that anyone can offer how much ever they want out of their gratitude. And now let us enter into briefly, before coming to a conclusion of this segment, the 3-stage process for making a payment and making an offering. So first, the preliminary stage we have is if you're interested in making any of these offerings now or at a future time, but perhaps you might not have the time now, you might not have the money, or you might feel that this is not the right time, whatever it is, you still want to manifest in some way, in some form. One of these offerings will speak to your interest, has ignited the yearning inside of you for the experience of the divine. You can register at tiny.cc/bhavasamadhi and ensure that you're making your sankalpa, your intention to offer today. And this is a very, very powerful way to start off making the offering. The next stage you have is if you're ready to make the payment. If you're ready to make an online payment, then you can go to tiny.cc/Devi-offerings and make a payment today. And it's a very quick 3-stage process in order for you to select the payment the offering that you want, and then proceed for the next steps in order to fill out your billing details, your payment info, and complete the payment. The last stage finally is ensuring that you have filled out the details for the puja, and you just have to fill out a Sankalpa 2021 form in order to submit your names and the names of the people on behalf of whom you are offering this puja today. So that is the last stage of this very quick and easy payment process so that you can make an offering towards Devi Parashakti out of your gratitude immediately today and manifest the reality that you want. So this brings us to a conclusion of this segment in today's program. I thank you all for joining with me in being able to share with you some of these offerings that you can do, and you can ensure that you are making any one of these offerings. And we'll now be coming to a conclusion of this segment, and we'll be going on to the next segment after a quick break.
What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
Nithyanandam, everyone. Welcome back to this segment of the AK ship, the Adi Kailasa ship, about Kailasa's multi-layered quarantine opportunity for India during the COVID-19 as a practical solution resulting in health, joy, and bliss. With the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivan's blessings, let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasugadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Vandvaitam Ganachadsham Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahinamami. When Devi Parashakti revealed the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on the world, that the across the world, there's the huge effect on the mental health of the one and all, especially majority of the people, especially on the young adults. And they suggested that everyone should do yoga and other spiritual practices and serve Paramashiva. So, and Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also on various satsangs stressed the importance of doing yoga and the spiritual practices and how they these practices helping in combating the pandemic, and how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism established the temple-based ecosystems and successfully implemented the systems, the protective care units, and what are these systems, the Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies, how they are protecting people, and all this work is recognized by the United Nations. So we are going to learn all this and also the basics of why these, the science of temples. So we are going to learn in this segment. So on 5th June 2021, Devi revealed that not only people dying in crores, financial and mental retardedness, you also see the minds getting collapsed. Freedom from all this suffering is the life of living enlightenment. First, prevent yourself from this deadly corona. Oh, people, do the job of saving your life as the first priority. Listen properly, people. The only way to protect yourself from this overflowing cosmic pralaya and from the demonic people who search for destruction for themselves and for others because of pralaya, go to Adi Kailasa, getting shelter at the feet of Paramashiva. Save yourself from corona and death, economic crisis and mental collapse that is formed because of corona. Save yourself and move towards the living enlightenment. Move towards Paramashiva, Parampurul, doing yoga and tapas. Doing seva to all the devotees of Paramashiva and live a good life. Just for that, I have opened the doors of Adi Kailasa and all those in the universe, not only human beings, as even siddhas, jnanis and yogis have come and are doing the penance in Adi Kailasa. For everyone who come, goodness, prosperity, jnanam and yogam will overflow. Do not have fear, bliss is there, and do not have worry, I will protect with goodness. Just for that, I have opened the doors of Adi Kailasa for all those in the universe, not only human beings, as even siddhas, jnanis and yogis have come and are doing penance in Adi Kailasa. For everyone who come, goodness, prosperity, jnanam and yogam will overflow. Do not have fear, bliss is there, and do not have worry, I will protect with goodness. Happiness is there, enlightenment is there, and do not have fear, bliss is there. I am solving sufferings, and I am the Samayapurattu Kannatal who comes and helps at the right time. Solutions about the mental health by Akashic readings by Devi Parashakti on 5th June 20, and the following the media articles confirming the same on about this mental health of the people, especially in young adults across the world. So there's an article, a new study on psychiatric symptoms like depression, anxiety exhibited by the COVID-19 patients. According to the new study, the neurological symptoms like depression and anxiety are also showing to be the common in those who have contracted COVID-19, even more in mild cases. According to the BMC psychology, the impact of COVID-19 on the mental health of US college students. A report by the BMC psychology submitted on June 8, 2021, the results indicate that the students closer to graduating faced increases in anxiety about 60.8%, 1.1%, and depression 59.8%, and many reported worries for health of loved ones most impacted their mental health status, about 20%. And they need to take care of the family most affected current and future plans, that is 31.8%. Almost one half of the students took to exercising and other remedies. So the rates of anxiety and depression among the college students continue to soar, the researchers at the Dartmouth College, who have tracked the moods and behaviors of about 200 college students for 4 years, say the stress levels are their highest. The research by the Lauren Lumpkin, submitted on June 10th, revealed this. Dartmouth College researchers began tracking 207 students when they entered the school as freshmen in 2017 in the hopes of understanding how they behave. They have seen student stress levels rise and fall, usually in tandem with the midterm and final exams. But since the onset of the coronavirus pandemic, the rates of depression and anxiety have soared and have showed no signs of coming down, and said the Andrew Campbell, a researcher and computer science professional. According to the Psychology Today, coronavirus, the psychological trauma and PTSD event. Much has been said about the mental health crisis that occurring related to the coronavirus pandemic. Much of this information has focused on the all-consuming anxiety, panic, and fear that many are experiencing. While this is important and needs to be at the forefront of discussions, something that has not been discussed in the psychologically traumatic nature of what our nation and our world is experiencing. The increased prevalence of post-traumatic stress disorder is expected to emerge as the primary factor driving the growth of the global post-traumatic stress disorder therapeutics market over the period of assessment. This market of PTSD, what it was in 2019 and what it's going to be in 2027, there is a rise in 11.91%. The coronavirus pandemic's impact on global mental health is already extremely concerning. United Nations reported to CNN. According to the CNN report, there is prevalence of mental distress across the globe due to the coronavirus pandemic, especially among healthcare workers and children. According to the United Nations and the World Health Organization, the impact of the pandemic on people's mental health is already extremely concerning. The World Health Organization Director General Tedros Adhanom said in a news release recently. CNN report said it is now crystal clear that mental health needs to be treated as a core element of our response to and recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic, Tedros added. Now, they revealed that do yoga and do the spiritual practices, and also the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for decades, he has been stressing in various satsang that how yoga can make each one of very strong in our, not only in our body, in everything, mental, physical, psychological, and more. So yoga greatly improves mental, spiritual, and physical health. People who practice yoga experience less anxiety, less depression, and fewer symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. Yoga also improves the well-being, including the increased gratitude, relatedness, and acceptance and centeredness, empowerment, self-esteem, compassion, self-awareness, and hope. Yoga can help us to manage stress and self-regulate, an important tool in the current time. All equipped with 8 coping strategies for responding to stress. But sometimes our stress can become out of balance. We are living in a world that regularly waits our sympathetic response, the body's way of responding to stress, sometimes called fight or flight. This is balanced by our parasympathetic response, the way our body helps us to rest and relax. Yoga can help bring our parasympathetic response back online and allows us to find balance. Activating our parasympathetic response brings us into a more restful space and allows us to find calmness, connection, and compassion. The deep, mindful breathing of yoga and meditation stimulates the vagus nerve, which activates the parasympathetic nervous system and supports self-regulation and stress management. Yoga can be a valuable tool for self-care, especially in challenging times. Yoga is now being used as an empirically based treatment, often in combination with the other interventions, with benefits for both physical and mental health. Many clinicians are recommending yoga as it may help support the effectiveness of traditional treatment approaches. According to the Psychology Today, when we actively choose a tool of self-care, we better equip ourselves to survive and seek resilience in difficult circumstances. While it is but one tool, yoga offers the potential for connection and well-being, even in these challenging times. And other spiritual practices, spirituality benefits mental health. Research shows that individuals have better mental health if they belong to a particular community or have religious beliefs. Spirituality can help people in many ways. First and foremost, spirituality or religion can help people find meaning in their lives, which is instrumental in improving one's mental health. In addition to endowing meaning to your life, it has the potential to improve mental, physical, and emotional well-being as well. It has been a source of relief and comfort from various challenging issues for thousands of years. Now, Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has the last few years, 3 to 4 years, he has been consistently saying, build your body, and he has been training all the Kailasavasians. In his own words, and one of the satsang, he revealed that Paramashiva is very clear. Focus on making your body alive, life alive. Mind is obsessive compulsive reaction, and it is nothing but a bunch of unconscious reactions. Do not try to sympathize with the mind. Make your body and life alive. That is the only priority for all of you. I am talking to everyone who has a little love and sympathy for me. For all of you, take this as a guru walk. Make your body consciously strong. A gym will build muscles, make you look very nice in the outside, but only yoga and Ayurvedic lifestyle will make your body conscious and just see all over the world. All the gym bodies are just dropping dead. Only yoga will make your internal organs strong and your ability to manifest consciousness strong. Let me give you the solution from Paramashiva to protect yourself from the whole pralaya, not only from this corona. The amount of depression, mental suffering, the way the whole world is suffering, the kind of poverty happening, people losing their job, income, having the insecurity, comforts being lost so much. Just make your life extremely strong. 3 years back, I said, keep yourself alive for next 3 years. I have enough evidence that 3 years back, I trained the whole Kailasavasians, the devotees in their own homes. And the second, Kailasavasis inside the Sangha, physically, mentally, and psychologically or consciously for quarantine lifestyle. For being active without getting mentally broken by being in one place, doing intensive, you're making the bodily organs strong, taking bay leaf, neem, tulsi, haritaki, trifala churna, Ayurvedic lifestyle, a lifestyle of less food and more energy, more activism. I only told it is for an important reason. Please wake up, quarantine yourself, build your body. Don't bother about business or any other profit and anything else. This year, if you are alive, that is the greatest profit. So these are some of the revelations by the Devi Parashakti and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed the importance of the holistic approaches. The United Nations recognizes Kailasa's report on COVID-19 and multilateralism. The report submitted June 2021, and it was published about 10 days ago. You can see and read this report in detail. You can go to Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's Facebook page and click on this report by the United Nations and read the complete article by yourself. You can see the screenshot I projected here. Now, we'll be presenting this report now. Report on COVID-19 and multilateralism. The report published on United Nations site www.ohchr.org by the Adi Shaivite Minority Tradition, ASMT, Kailasa Union, on the globalization of disease has led the world to be only as resilient as the least resilient country and person, especially for highly contagious COVID-19, which has spread with a scale and severity not seen since Spanish flu. The variants of the virus, such as the Delta, Delta Plus, Epsilon, Gamma, continue to threaten even those vaccinated. Secondary diseases such as black fungus are targeting COVID patients and killing almost 1 in 2 persons in such cases. Human life is more precious and important than all economic principles or systems in totality, because all these concepts are legitimate only because of their utility value, which is to fundamentally make human life better. At least until this ongoing crisis ends, all economic policies related to money, banking, fixing prices of commodities, etc., need to be revised to make human being suffers. Make sure no human being suffers from hunger or the absence of required medical care. For this purpose, Kailasa has presented a detailed report on effective solutions for COVID-19 through the multilateralism that was published in the United Nations on their website www.ohchr.org. The earlier reports recognized by the United Nations are a report on the rights of indigenous women and girls and the report on femicide. A report by the Adi Shaivite Minority Tradition, ASMT, Hindu Community Kailas Union, submitted in the month of June 2021, was published about recognizes the Kailasa's report on COVID-19 and multilateralism highly appreciated. Now let us see the detailed report. The introduction. What are the key obstacles we are facing, which are presented in the report? First, the globalization of disease has led the world to be only as resilient as the least resilient country and person, especially for highly contagious COVID-19, which has spread the scale and severity not seen since Spanish flu. The variants of the virus, such as the Delta Plus, and Epsilon Gamma, continue to threaten even those vaccinated. Secondary diseases, such as black fungus, are targeting COVID patients and killing almost 1 in 2 persons in such cases. Second problem that is presented in this article are distorted policy decisions, and conflicting principles can lead to polarizations amongst the nations and within, leading to various extremes, such as the hoarding of vaccines in some places, the wastage of vaccines in others, and an unaddressed shortage of vaccines globally. Third, the pandemic has exposed the fragility of the global system. The disruption of the